Hello and welcome, Heir of Carthage here, back in the definitive Seleucid campaign for YouTube. That's right, this is where we are rebuilding Alexander's legacy and then building him a new one by taking the Seleucid Empire west and not only becoming the leader of all the successor states, but becoming the successor state, Alexander the Great. And just for fun, of course, since I love Carthage, I had Hannibal helping us. If you haven't seen all the episodes that led up to this, make sure and go check it out. I've got them in a playlist. We also get to have a fun conversation in every video, and that's my way of encouraging people to engage with the video, of course, which then in turn helps us bring more viewers here and hopefully continue to build the community around this game, around this type of content. I appreciate you all being here, and thank you for participating in that so far. Let me give a quick summary of where we last left off, and then I'll jump into maybe what we can talk about today down in the comments if you all choose to support by doing so. When we last left off, Hannibal had arrived at Sparta and is ready to assault it. I said he's laying siege to it, but we don't need to continue that siege for any period of time. There's no walls. The Satrapy War is still raging in the east. I have an ally who may succeed in taking Pura. We are also ready to attack Phrada here, not to be confused with what the devil wears, but Phrada with an H, okay? I'm assuming that I'm pronouncing that right. Phrada? Is it PH like that? I have no idea. In any case, we're about to attack them there. We just won a major victory at Susia, and we won a big victory outside of Nisa as well, though we did take a couple of units casualties there that I would have rather not, so that I didn't have to re-recruit them. I am working on getting recruitment available to me, but I don't really want to march backwards either, so I may just use some mercenaries. All this, though, is definitely having a pull on our treasury. There's less people for us to trade with. We have more units. Those units are more elite, and it's starting to cost us a lot of money. So we need to, or sorry, we're making 4,800 per turn. Anyway, let's go ahead and assault Sparta. And while I'm setting up for the assault of Sparta, which ought to be pretty easily won here, but two reasons I'm going to fight this manually. One, the auto-resolve will screw me over. And two, I want to have as many troops left as possible because I don't want to sit around doing any replenishing. I want to continue the push against the Athenians. So if you want to support and you want to go engage with the video, first of all, when you get to the end of this, if you think like, man, that was a good video, then feel free to go click the like button. That helps a whole bunch. If you get to the end of this video and you think like, oh my gosh, how does this guy even have a YouTube channel? He sucks so bad. This video brought tears to my eyes, and even though Heir isn't here, I could smell him because the video was so bad. Then feel free to click the dislike button at that point, especially if that's, you know, the way I've earned it. And if that happens to any of you, let me know in the comments. I'm curious to know whether it happened. But anyway, thought it would be a little fun. But, you know, seriously, if you don't like what I make, feel free to let me know. Anyway, we're going to assault Sparta. I'm just going to come all from the same direction. If you'd like to participate, leaving any comment helps. And, you know, I encourage people to leave any comment, and I had a pretty funny one. Someone left a comment last time that said, Heir, you have an ugly mug. And you know what? I told them they could do that, and they gave it to me, so that one's on me. And I appreciate them supporting and having some nice fun at my expense there. And someone else said that I smelled. And again, that was a comment that I mentioned you can leave. So again, brought it on myself. Is this a, yeah, this is a full-on suicide charge coming here. Alright, my thorax hoplites are awaiting the full-on suicide charge of the enemy citizen cav. Pikes are down, so this is going to be a rather fruitless effort here on the part of the AI. That is a lot of javelins. I'm going to end up chewing through my own cataphracts here, so I'm actually going to pull back. So the Athenians defending Sparta are kind of acting like Spartans in the sense that they just charged out here, eager to take me head on. Though I'll say that to the Spartans' credit, I mean, at least you had Leonidas, like, kind of putting some thought to, like, even though they were definitely going to go out and fight against the Persians, he had put some thought as to where to position himself in order to have the most success. So, gotta give Leonidas a little more credit than these guys are earning here. I'm gonna pull some of my sword units forward, use their flexibility, do some good effect here. I have my Ozet Knights push forward. I've got some Thorax swords. Our general will be fine. He can handle himself here. Oh, easy with those javelins, though. gonna take an Ozet Knight and go kill their slingers. You know what? I'm proud of the AI for just coming out and fighting. They have a pike unit. I'm gonna attack these light hoplites from behind with my Ozet Knights. These are heavily armored melee horsemen. They are armed with spears. Crush the militia hoplites. The light hoplites over here are engaged with a lot of swordsmen and thuriel spears. Things are not going to go well for them. My Ozet Knights have caught the slingers.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
At this point, we just have a single enemy pike unit to deal with. It was trying to kill my Ozet Knights. I'm going to fix it with infantry. It's being peppered by archers. And then I'm going to get a hammer and anvil charge ready for it here. It is about to be gone. I'm going to cease my archer fire and then come in here for the final kill. Let you all see the defenders of Sparta die nobly. I guess at least that Spartans would be proud that they died on and are brought home on their shield. I mean, what did they say? They said, with this shield or upon it. And I helped them fulfill the upon it part of it, right? So all of the defenders of Sparta can go home upon their shields and then be buried beneath it. Sounds like a plan to me. So Hannibal having no problem coming after Sparta. We'll see where the Athenian armies are at. At any moment, we could come into contact with our much anticipated adversary, which is Rome. This mod that I've used is called Major Factions Guaranteed. It doesn't guarantee that that major faction will be alive, because another major faction may have conquered it. It also doesn't guarantee that that major faction is going to be good at picking its armies or using its armies. I wish there was some kind of mod where I could make it to where when I come up on Rome, they've got like 7 or 8 legions of, you know, Hastati, Principe, Triari, you know, and they were good at using, like, I would love that. I would love to come up against like a superhuman Rome and have that massive challenge here at the end of the campaign, like, in having Hannibal conquer them. There's no way I can guarantee that, right? I want it, but there's nothing I can do to guarantee it. I'm
ready for orders.
My troops here are not the strongest. In fact, some of my troops are extraordinarily weak. Like my hillmen, for instance. I'm gonna keep 1 light horse more on this side of the map to support if needed. I'll take my heavier and medium horse, get my skirmishers. My skirmishers should be able to do a considerable amount of damage because the AI is going to be protecting choke points. Usually when the AI gets in a choke point, the player has a good opportunity to get a lot of kills with skirmishers. Like, for instance, we'll want to kill this mercenary Indian war elephant. We'll want to kill their Median cavalry. Their infantry, they do have a pike unit, but it's a single pike unit. They have a fair number of skirmishers. It would obviously be good to kill those too. Move my units up into range. I'm going to bring my pikes right behind to support. And let's target the mercenary Indian war elephants. That's a very expensive unit for the Arcosians to be fielding. There's the first archer volley hitting them. The slingers actually do slightly better AP damage than archers. Archers just do higher damage and they fire with a different arc. Slingers, I believe, either take longer to fire or have more ammunition. I don't recall exactly. It may be that they have more ammunition. But typically speaking, against an armored unit, and given enough time, slingers will cause very nice damage, unless you're using archers that have the specific heavy shot, and heavy shot increases the armor piercing of an archer unit. Heavy shot is not available to me with these particular archers, or else I would use it. Okay, so we killed the mercenary Indian elephant unit. I'm now going to target the Median cavalry. There's more Median cavalry over here. Median cavalry is a pretty tanky cavalry, and capable of dishing out a lot of punishment to multiple different units in my army, including hillmen and my own cavalry. It's better than my citizen cavalry. So I'm going to be trying to weaken the units that the AI would have the most advantage with, if that makes sense. And in order to draw in some units that would be even better targets for my missile units, I'm going to push my pikes forward and see if I can draw the attention of horse skirmishers, archers, whatever we can draw the attention of. I'm going to cease fire on the Median cavalry for a moment. Get some nice damage done. Okay, we do get the we've got the attention of these archers over here. Let's move our skirmishers over. I'm gonna pull my levy pike. Oh gosh, pikes down, pikes down, pikes down. It's actually not great the way I was charged here. Alright, so I did get my pikes down. I need to get my skirmishers to hit these eastern slingers. You can see my archers are already running much more shy on ammunition than my slingers, so again, it's either a fire rate issue or an ammunition thing. And maybe both, even. I'm going to push in with all my pikes so I can use this manual charge ability that's part of my mod. When they have an attack order, you can click that. Yeah, see, look at this pike unit's already having issues forming properly. That is one thing about this game that I've always wished they could fix, but they never really have. Another Eastern Archer unit over there that I'm going to need to deal with, but we're still getting a pretty good fight over here regardless. I'm going to move this pike unit up to kind of help push the flank. This Eastern Spearman that's got a few men in melee. We're now taking fire from over here. The enemy has 2 pike units, which are moving towards me at the moment. Excellent. So we've gotten rid of another missile unit. Eastern Spears, Eastern Slingers. A little bit dangerous for me to attack on that flank at the moment. We've got a Median cavalry moving this way. We've got a pretty solid front right here. I just don't like the missile fire we're taking. There's no way for me to get at those missiles at the moment. I might do a little bit of cavalry work here. I've got a light cavalry unit as well, and if I take it to support, I might be able to get something going over here. We'll have to be very careful of the Median cavalry over here, because even our hoplite units are pretty at risk of it. I don't know whether my slingers can get the arc of fire needed to hit that pikeman, but if I can, that would be great. Looks like they can.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, I'm going to push up here. Got archers running out of ammunition. Bring our hillmen up. I'm going to get into a hoplite phalanx formation with my Persian hoplites.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Try and make them survivable as possible. I did manage to kill the mob, and we caught the horse skirmishers here, so if I bide my time, we should be able to ambush and kill this Median cavalry as well. I'm causing a lot of damage to their pike general, and I've also caught this Eastern Slinger in melee.
The men are wavering.
Are we wavering? Oh crap, I've got a pike unit wavering. They have a pikeman in combat, and technically their pikeman is better than mine. I'm going to click an attack order with all of my levy pikes into their single pikeman, and I think we can just overwhelm it by numbers. Yeah, we are dropping its numbers very rapidly, though our numbers are being depleted some as well. Oh crap, I got charged on the hoof over here.
Our men flee the field of battle.
Let's pull our Persian cavalry this way towards our citizen cavalry. I'm going to take a lot of losses on my Persian cavalry, because I made a big boo-boo over here. But now I'm going to surround and hopefully kill the Median cavalry. I'm going to pull my Persian cavalry free. We are winning the infantry fight over here, albeit my levy pikes are definitely starting to show some of their weakness.
Our men flee the field of battle.
Probably more pikes, yes. Did he say Prostegma? Is that an Age of Empires player? I'm gonna give an attack order on these Median cavalry, try and pitch a bunch of javelins into them. It'll cause a ton of damage. Yep, you can see that's exactly what we got. Now I can get my light cavalry back up here. Take my light cavalry forward. Hillmen, attack that cavalry. Throw all your javelins, please. Alright, I only have a few pikes left. Median cavalry is gonna die. I've still got some ammo with my slingers. And I've got my Hellenic Cataphrag General. We've kind of been sitting on. Definitely don't want a dead general as a result of this battle. Look at this, 4 hillmen versus a beat-up Median cavalry. And my money goes to the Median cavalry, I think. Unless there's an outside force like this light cavalry, I think the Median cavalry actually wins that fight. As sad as it is. Okay, my Persian hoplite phalanxes are holding just fine because it's mob and horse skirmishers. It's Median cavalry. Even though our axes penetrate armor, they're just so bad. Like this just gives you an idea of just how bad hillmen are. Trust them for nothing. I need to get them out of this army and get proper units in here. Even Persian hoplites, which are very, very shaky units, are still much, much better in a prolonged melee than hillmen. Hillmen have really one and one only redeeming feature, which is their precursor javelins that they have access to. Like I said, it is basically the sole redeeming feature that they can claim. Alright, I'm going to move further into the settlement. Like I said, we should be able to achieve victory here. We really need to re-equip this army. It's not properly equipped. It'll do better in open field battles. You can see that it has some very easy to understand weaknesses in this particular environment of urban warfare.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
That is going to be my slingers starting to run out of ammo. Alright, a single Eastern Spearman. I do believe my hillmen can handle themselves here. Eastern Spears are probably some of the only units in the game that are on par with hillmen as far as being really bad. I'm just going to bypass this pike unit until I can surround it. Alright. Pike unit is no longer braced, so it's going to die to my general. There we go. So instead of the devil wearing Phrada, Heir now wears Phrada. Did I ever say what our discussion topic was for today? Wait, now I don't even remember. I don't think I did. I think I started talking about the battle and never got to the discussion topic. Okay, so if you are looking for a discussion topic today because you want to make a comment to support, which, by the way, I would greatly appreciate if you did. We talked about our favorite factions last time. And as expected, I saw a lot of Rome, which is understandable. Rome is probably the most iconic faction from antiquity, and that's honestly why they named the game Rome Total War, right? That's why they didn't come through and name it Greece Total War, or Carthage Total War, or Lusitani Total, you know what I mean? It was Rome Total War, and it's because Rome is the most iconic faction. And I totally understand. I mean, look at their equipment. That red and purple color scheme you would get from the Romans a lot of time. Very cool. Very neat stuff. I can totally understand why Rome is such an icon from this era and why most people would go to them as a favorite faction, both from a historical, an aesthetic, and a functional standpoint, meaning in the game, Rome is functionally one of the best factions too. They just have very good heavy infantry and decent support units on top of it, right? They may not be the best in the game in terms of cavalry or whatever else, but they're pretty good. And so Rome is just a understandable favorite, I guess, in this scenario is what I'm saying. All right, so there we go. 2 more. And so what I want the discussion to be around, and I loved all the other factions too. People mentioned, for instance, like having a favorite faction with the Odrysians because of their awesome Falx shock infantry. Yep, I can understand that too. A few people had other factions they really liked. And obviously the Seleucids were a very popular faction, which is probably why this one won the vote. So it was really cool to see everybody's favorite faction. I think that I'm not surprised by what people answered with, but it was fun to see it nonetheless. So how about this? What is your least favorite faction in the game? What is the faction that you never want to play, you haven't played a campaign with, and you don't really want to, and don't intend to? So, I'm going to say this, and some of you are going to be like, but Heir, you did play some campaign with him. I did. Pergamon is my least favorite faction. Their university sucks. There's no particular interest that I have in them from a historical standpoint. Yeah, their units don't draw me in. In fact, their units are pretty crap. So Pergamon is like the trash faction for me. What is your least favorite faction and why, right? Is there just a faction that you hate because they're always a rival to your favorite faction? Or do you hate this faction like kind of the way that I said, that's mostly just because they stink and they don't really have anything to offer that you're particularly interested in? So let me know what you all are thinking. I would love to hear it and hope to hear from you soon in that regard. I want to replace our general now that we have completed the action. So the Heralds of Thanos really needs to be led by our king. And since our king successfully went home and was able to pull Hannibal into our faction, I now want to bring him back and put him back in command of his army. So we're looking for Antiochus. Yep, here he is. So we're going to bring him back in charge of this army. We're going to give him his elephants back. And the only thing that stinks is that we'll lose any chevrons he had as a part of that bodyguard, because that bodyguard was disbanded when he went back. But now we have our very effective leader back in control of his army. We were about to move into Egypt here. And speaking of, let's take a look at our political factions. Everything's fine for now. No risk of civil war at the moment. Our navy can't move anymore at this turn. Let's see. Our spy has movement. Go back up here, get some eyes on. Just kind of make sure. I want to make sure I understand where all the forward Cyrenaican armies are, because I actually do intend to kick off a war with them as well. I just need to keep some good intel on what's going on in Bactria back here. Settlement sabotage, incite unrest. Let's attempt it. Can we do it? Disruption successful. Alright, good. Take a look here. We do have some skill points starting here with our diplomat who just succeeded. Searched. Are there any of these that unlock new abilities? Doesn't look like it. %25% gold stolen while deployed in enemy territory. That sounds really fun. Unlocks action discredit. Reduces attribute of an enemy agent or general by -1. So there is some actions we can open here. bribe action. That could be kind of cool. Let's go down this tree here with authority. And we've got Hannibal's Revenge. It is a skill point for Hannibal. We've completed Strategist and Tactician, so Hannibal has extremely high cunning. So there's Strategist and Tactician. We have Administration, which should be cool because it would start to drop the upkeep cost for Hannibal's army by up to 12%. This one improves replenishment rate, grants more ammunition, and greater armor, and that's for logistics. Architect is going to provide lower construction costs, which is honestly really crappy. Valorous is going to enable the Second Wind ability as a group. Now that is really cool. And then a Stand and Fight ability. That is really neat. And it gives him a huge debuff to mercenary upkeep cost. So let's work on this Valorous trait. Okay, I think we are ready to end a turn now. I'm excited for the naval battle coming up outside of Athens. Bactria is absolutely begging for peace now, which means that we must have them hurt really badly. That is good news indeed. Look at this, Athens hasn't even fought back and they're already asking for peace. Not impressed, Athens. Not impressed. I have been waiting all this time to invade Greece, and this is what we get for it. Oh, Arcosians are going to counterattack me here, and my forces are very weak. They have a mercenary Indian elephant. If we kill the elephant... My biggest issue here is that I don't have many pikes to help me hold a line. But if I have several Median cavalry too, that's also going to be very frustrating because I don't have many pikes to help kill them. My garrison is also going to be exceptionally weak. We're going to have to fight and find a way to win here. I remember the map right from the last battle, though. This is not a good map to defend. Let's take a look at our options. It's a victory point. No, it's just a capture point. So that is only a capture point, so defending it is rather optional. I don't know all the different directions that the AI is going to come from.
Melee infantry! Orders, my lord! Ready to march!
I want to have the smallest defense perimeter possible.
What are your orders? Mob! Hillmen! What are your orders?
Oh man, we have a Syrian heavy in our garrison, but it's very beat up.
Armored horsemen! General!
I have quite a few horse, and some pretty good horse. But I'm hesitant to just charge them out because there's a number of Median cavalry coming at me. And I don't want to get in trouble too early. I'd love to be able to pick at that pike unit, but I'm going to try and be smarter with my... I want all my infantry, Control I, I'm going to pick all my infantry, I'm going to put them on a defense stance, and I'm going to do the same thing with my missile infantry, so Control M, toggle guard mode.
If we are victorious and live, I will sacrifice to enemy reinforcements approaching.
So they're coming from further out.
Do our parts as well.
And fast forward. Alright, so I see so there's the Indian War Elephant. The War Elephant is a priority target. Median Cav. So 2 Median Cavalry and the Indian War Elephant coming in from right-hand side of the battle. This will be where we're going to want to place our Persian hoplites. The incoming pike unit, I'd like to get up here and just shred it real quick. and then turn my attention to the elephants when they're about to arrive. Gents, feel free to rain all over their parade. A horse skirmisher coming. I'm not terribly worried about a horse skirmisher. I need to do as much damage to this pike unit as possible, because it is a significant threat to my own pikes. Fall back. I'm gonna need to dispatch some cavalry and infantry this way to go outflank, because I need my archers to rain death on this pike unit. I'm gonna choose not to have my slingers do the same because I'm worried about friendly fire. There are Indian war elephants inbound though, so there's only so much more time I'm gonna be able to focus my attention over here.
Our general is under attack.
Okay, let's pause it real quick because the elephants are inbound. Need all my skirmishers to turn and position here. Need my general, other cavalry to make way. Our hoplites should hold pretty well there because no way for them to be outflanked.
The enemy general is dead.
That's good news. Had a good charge on their Median cavalry there. I'm gonna cycle out with my Persian cavalry. And now the elephants are in range, so we're gonna focus fire the elephants. The elephants can cause a lot of damage to me, even braced. So they need to die. They're now under heavy skirmisher fire and should berserk pretty quickly. They've been slowed down by their own troops.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Heavy cavalry!
The elephants are berserking, which is actually kind of good for me because they'll kill some of their own units, but I'm going to go ahead and kill them off because it should help the balance bar to have them dead. I took a lot of shots from those horse skirmishers. That was a stupid pursuit.
Light cavalry! Forward! Orders! Commander!
My Persian hoplites are doing quite beautifully, though, all things considered. Just a Median cavalry left over here.
We await your orders! The men are wavering.
Yeah, pike units. The enemy pike unit is still alive in here, which is frustrating. I'm gonna give an attack order on that enemy pike unit with all of my own pikes. I'm gonna get my skirmishers to turn this direction. Help against those horse skirmishers. We're holding just fine on this side for now. My Persian hoplites are in a phalanx. They're well protected. Start taking out horse skirmishers, and then we're gonna go for slingers. Let's reform a pike line here. Right, the defense is going okay so far. No major issues. No major issues. I'm gonna take my cavalry. Wait, our general died? What? How irritating. I guess they were just shooting their slingers at my general and I didn't notice. Man. How about it? Our general is under attack warning there, butthole. Well, I'm not real pleased about losing our general there. But I'm not gonna, like, reload or anything. We haven't had a whole lot of adversity yet. So I guess we'll take a little here. That was frustrating. I totally could have avoided it if I was paying attention, but apparently I was not. Oh well, that one's on me. I know a general who's never gonna forgive me. I'm just getting these pikemen to turn around, and then I can shoot them. Give an attack order on those pikes so that I can swamp them from behind with cavalry. Okay, there we go. I should be able to crunch this pike unit between all of my infantry and cavalry now. Got a lot of people who are going to lose an eye today with all these sharp objects pointing everywhere. My eastern slingers still have a bit of ammunition. Let's see if I can not squander. And, you know, since the general's already dead, there's really no reason not to go YOLO my cataphracts into this fight. No, I want you to go here, and then we're going to walk down that hill. Alright. Let's move our infantry this direction.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
These Persian hoplites have done very, very stellar. They've done extremely well holding up this flank.
Hellenic cataphracts! Swift riders of the cataphracts! Quickly now! Hellenic cataphracts! Citizen cavalry!
Well, I think that was Seleucus that we got killed in this army. This army needs a refit and a rearming. I guess that it's going to be a new general, but Seleucus, if y'all don't mind, go down in the comments. Let me get an F in the comments for Seleucus, who died because of Heir's negligence. But he served the Empire well. He won many brave battles, and even in his death, his army was victorious here.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
So F in chat for Seleucus. I would say long may he be remembered, but I didn't even remember him in this battle, so I can't promise that long he will be remembered. Poor Seleucus. Poor Seleucus. Alright, so we have mostly killed off all of the enemy troops. We're going to go ahead and quit the battle now. It says a close victory, but that's actually a pretty heroic victory right there, considering the amount of damage that we had taken. We killed the enemy at over 4-1, so close victory, my butt, CA. Rest in pieces. Rest in pieces. Alright, so let's release the captives, take the extra money, because we're going to have to recruit some units or mercenaries 1. Get out of here, you filth. Get the rest of our turn done here. Man, this campaign has been a lot of fun. I am really enjoying it. It's been a long time since I played a campaign in Rome 2. So, our general died. Let's find another member of our families. One of these other losers. I don't know if we have a general available. I think we do. Yeah, in the Seleucid dynasty. We've got this guy. And we've got this guy. Yeah, so let's just take one of them. We had the cataphract general in this army, and having some cataphracts would be really handy. Because we don't have elephants in this army. Valley horsemen, political intrigue. Diplomat has returned accompanied by a clever tactician. Your armies will march further for a while. Okay, that's good. Politician returned home. Another child was born. An honorable death for Seleucus. Rest in peace.
Commander.
Or in this case, rest in pieces. Which he will.
Laying siege to the settlement.
Alright, I'm going to lay siege. And I'm going to build some medium siege towers. Just a couple should do. I'll get my sword units up the wall. We're gonna continue the siege. I say that, I could just use my navy to break in and capture the walls. What did I have available to me? Is it some ladders? Yeah, we've got some ladders available to us. Okay, let's just do this. We're gonna just fight the siege, except I'm gonna do the main assault with my navy. I wanna take control of them. Actually, no, I don't. Let's just bring the navy up to blockade. Maintain blockade. I want to attack with Hannibal so that I'll have the ladders. And then the navy is going to come in as reinforcements. So we get our first dual action major city assault here, the battle for Athens. Hannibal's caught it with very few soldiers going. Well, I say very few. There's some. There's going to be probably about 3,000 total, maybe, that are here. Let's the rain's actually good at it. Make it hard for him to set fire to my ladders and boats and stuff like that. Let's start the deployment. And my naval reinforcements are going to be coming from here, which means that they'll come in, be able to land inside the settlement back here in the port and other places. And here. So here and here. That's going to be my naval landing positions. So that means I want to position Hannibal. Hannibal? I guess he is kind of an animal, isn't he? Hannibal the animal, as his men affectionately knew him.
Yours to command.
Got my swords up. Thurio spears, archers. Got my archers to kind of run up here as screen. And heavy cavalry and Hannibal. Start the battle. Let's get our ladders moving. Alright, I'm going to move my archers up a little and let them start to whittle away at the enemy presence on the wall. Alright, there's the Egyptian navy. Let's bring my navy over here. Oh, I have a pretty sizable fleet. I need to keep my distance from that tower.
Assault ships reporting.
Some of my ships are going to be passing within the range of that tower, so I'll watch for that. Their ballista, is it in range? None of my ships appear to be under fire at the moment. Yeah, we have a large navy and a pretty sizable army. The Egyptians, they're not turning to fight me with their navy. It looks like they want to go land their navy. They've got hoplites, militia hoplites, light hoplites. My thorax swords should be superior. It's just that we're using ladders to get at the walls, and ladders aren't ideal. I could try and break the gates with my elephants, but that's pretty risky in my opinion. Stay out of range of that tower. Alright. So Navy's on the way. Yeah, the Egyptians are going to land their fleet. They might land some of their fleet over here in front of the gates, which means I could run them down with my cavalry. Alright, our men are assaulting the walls. So at the walls of Athens, my brave thorax swordsmen. Not quite like Urukai, but still finding their ways over some pretty large walls here. I'll let my archers continue to fire for a moment. Yep, the Athenian navy has gotten scared of the water and headed for dry ground. Right, we avoided all the tower. I want my Royal Peltis to be first in line to unload at the beach, so I'm going to give all the Royal Peltis ships a move order here. Royal Peltis will be extremely good in this urban fight. Well, our archers did some nice work. I'm going to continue to do some work with them. Our thorax swords are starting to crowd in on the walls. I'm going to take all of them out of a formation attack so that they can just attack. Formation attack barely works as it is, and I doubt that it will work really at all on the walls. So the Athenian navy has unloaded. Their ships are going to be pushing out of the way, and we're going to come in right behind them. They do have some javelin men on the beach, so I may want my archer ships up here to potentially screen those javelins away. Okay, my swordsmen are, some of them quite outnumbered, some of them doing well. I'm going to go ahead and pull my pikes up. I don't like to throw them in this kind of melee, but I might go ahead and do it. Oh, look, the Athenians landed some skirmishers outside the walls. Bring up the Ozet Knights. Ooh, take some damage. I didn't react quite fast enough there. Switch back to our navy. I'm gonna try and bring my archer ships up to screen a bit for my Royal Peltist. Alright, some of my swordsmen have taken a bit of a beating. I'm gonna go ahead and cease the archer fire. I'm gonna start running some can pikes not run up the walls? I couldn't give them a ladder order, but I guess I can just order them up on the wall. Alright, oh crap, I stopped short with my Ozet Knights. It's okay, we'll get them. They're going to try and get back through the gate. They're going to have hot oil on their gates, so I'm going to fall back a bit.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Indeed it is.
Support ships ready and waiting. Move on!
Get up here. My ships are having a little bit of a traffic jam at the moment, unfortunately.
Assault ships reporting. We await your command. Assault ships reporting.
I'm going to be able to unload every one of my Royal Peltist.
Assault ships ready to attack.
Go!
Ready, willing and able.
What in the world? Get up here.
Assault ships ready for
I'm taking a whole bunch of damage on one of my ships, and it's because the tower's just shooting at us. There's some kind of glitch going on here. Which unit perished? One of my ships sink? Yeah, one of my ships
The men are wavering.
got destroyed by the tower. I can't get my ships to move. They're stuck. That's really irritating. Like, my ships are literally stuck. They won't cooperate. Nice glitchy naval action here. Thank you very much, Creative Assembly. I'm starting to get a pretty commanding presence on the walls. Though, admittedly, some of my thorax swords are taking a bit of a beating. Did I just lose another ship? Was it that same one? Oh my gosh! CA! What is up? Please! They're already firing on another one of my ships. It was the ballista. That makes sense that it sunk one of my ships. Ballistas don't take all that long to do their damage to a hull. Oh, this is unreal how bad these ships are pathfinding right now.
swords. Ready. Orders.
I'm gonna try and get over here and capture some on the gatehouse.
Assault ships ready
If my
to
ships
attack.
don't land soon, I'm gonna lose even more troops. Just turn the ship and make a landing. Like, make a landing, please.
Ready, willing
Get off the boat and fight.
Ships at your command.
Anywhere. Somewhere.
Assault ships reporting.
I'm trying really hard to get some of my assault ships landed here, and the AI is trying really hard to prevent me from doing so.
Disembark.
So this should have been a very straightforward, extremely easy victory for us, and I still think it will, but there's some heavy, heavy sling fire back here. I'm finally getting some Royal Peltis off of my ships. Unfortunately, a whole ship full of them was sunk.
Orders!
Ready, willing, and able. Royal protests.
I need to capture this tower.
Ready. Advance at speed. Melee infantry. Orders understood.
Alright, my Royal Peltist are on scene. There's some light hoplites and javelin men to greet them. I've got to make sure we capture this tower.
Yes, Commander. Melee troops. Understood. Attack aim. Ready and waiting. No! Royal protests.
Okay, the Royal Peltist are on scene.
Swords ready for orders. Pikemen ready for orders.
Pikeman!
Melee infantry at your command.
We decapped
One
the
of our units has
gatehouse,
installed its ammunition.
but my hoplite up here is taking a lot of damage. We're capturing this tower.
Royal protests.
My Royal Peltist are cutting through back here.
We have captured a tower.
That is excellent news. Let's go kill this ballista.
By your command. Double time.
Look at that. I told them to go up on the wall and kill the ballista, and look at the way they're moving. They have to run backwards, then forward. CA pathfinding, please.
Royal Thor.
One pathfinding, please.
Pikeman!
Pike infantry at your command. Pikes.
I need to get through that gatehouse, and I'm about to get an opportunity with my Royal Peltis to do so. Okay, what does it take to get you to come up here and kill that ballista like I asked you to?
Defensive position. Royal protests.
Oh my gosh, the pathfinding in this game is so bad.
Double. Double time.
I guess you can't get up on the wall right there. You have to go way over here to do it.
We await your command. Advance at speed.
Right, the Royal Peltist have arrived, so it's game over.
Royal protests. Melee troops awaiting orders.
Here comes the Seleucid Marines. It's about to get real, folks. Oh, you want to throw javelins, do you? I can throw javelins. I am a Royal Peltist,
We have captured a
after
tower.
all. I kill this thorax swords with my pikes. Alright, my Royal Peltist have ceased their movement, and I'm going to let some of them start to toss their javelins at will.
By your command. Ready and waiting. Okay. Orders. Royal protests. At your service.
Alright, that thorax sword's going to get pushed back. My Royal Peltist are now mixing it up.
Commander. Royal protests.
Get into these militia hoplites. We should be able to cut up these militia hoplites with ease. We have better armor, better attack, better defense, morale, everything. I can now get my pikes down off the wall now that I have support here.
We await your command. Double time. Orders. Understood. Ready. Double time.
This citizen cavalry is lasting an obscenely long time.
Is dead.
The rest of my navy's safe. I landed some
Missiles awaiting targets.
skirmishers here.
Double time. At speed. Yes, commander. Pikes ready!
Get off the walls already.
Pike phalanx! Thorax pikemen!
How long does it take us to cut through some light hoplites here?
Your orders!
I feel like this shouldn't be a particularly long wait.
Pikes! Send them screaming to the afterlife! As you command! Attack their position! Yes, Commander!
I'm gonna really put the pinch on this militia hoplite.
Orders understood! Ready!
Gorgo skirmishers, huh? These ladies picked the wrong battlefield. My Seleucid Marines will show them zero mercy. How long can a light hoplite hold out against elite swords? I'm really starting to get annoyed.
Ready for orders!
Our men flee the field of battle.
Somehow we still haven't captured the gatehouse either. Now it should finally come under my control.
Orders!
I let my skirmish ships back here get killed, but that's okay. They were just mercenary upkeep cost I was tired of paying anyway. It's one way to get rid of mercenaries. That thorax sword lasted an annoyingly long time.
Royal protests!
Alright, the Gorgo skirmishers are almost gone.
To the gates.
The gatehouse is now captured, so Hannibal is at the gates now, and my heavy cavalry can come to play.
Royal protests! Double time! Advance at speed!
I'm going to bring the Royal Peltis forward. Hannibal has a group second wind, I think. And I'm going to use it on my Royal Peltis as soon as I get close enough to do so. What was this unit doing out here? Like, why was this
Our
unit
men
alive?
flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Ready! Riders at the double! At your service! By your command! Great march! Royal protests! Break the lines! Advance at speed! Form a wall! Our orders! Royal protests! By your command!
Alright,
Attack
AI is about to chain route.
Knights, forward!
So the Athenian resistance was stronger than I expected. I had some mishaps, some of which were caused by myself, some caused by CA because of their inability to make pathfinding in a game, apparently. They always say how they fixed Rome 2, though sometimes we may forget that they certainly didn't fix it all the way. But better, yes. Definitely better. But fixed is a strong word. Aw, man! I was thinking like Warhammer. I was pushing that thinking it was going to give me a little ability to click somewhere, but I forget in Rome 2 you just click it and it's whatever he's near, so crap dang it. I wasted my second wind group order. I'll have to wait for it to come back. That's frustrating. Well, my Royal Peltis did, for the most part, get a lot of kills. I'm gonna push them forward. We just have one unit of Hippeus Lancers still alive. My Azet Knights should make short work of it. As long as it doesn't have a tower nearby to support it, which I don't believe it does.
We await your orders.
Quite the temple going on here. Alright, my Azet Knights are getting lined up for the final fight here. Since we are going up against a Hippeus Lancer, we'd be better off to have our Cataphract unit be closer to start with.
Forward elephants!
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
It's like we're destroying a routing mercenary hoplite unit.
Knights!
Hellenic cataphracts! Forward! Understood! Riders, advance!
Is that the best you can do, Athens? Do I need to show you what shock cavalry is really made of?
Forward!
Give it to him, men. Alright, my Hellenic cataphracts get a devastating charge into the Hippeus Lancers. And the Lancers were near broken on the charge. They've already taken 30 losses to none on my side. So that was indeed a gruesome charge. And I'm going to charge my Ozet Knights in to finish the job.
Shock cavalry, ready! We understand!
There we go. Not that it matters now, but I've got the second wind on all of my Royal Peltist if needed.
Hellenic cataphracts!
This is the victory point. This is a much longer fight from the Hippeus Lancers than I expected.
Yes, Commander!
Somehow they've got a slinger back here who hasn't routed, but there it goes. Alright, Athens is now in our control. They deployed less troops than me. We took way more losses there than I would have liked. Some of them were naval, some of them were in the army. We lost one unit of thorax swords. Our admiral was the one I got killed? Gosh darn it. Shoot. Well, we're gonna need another F in chat. Heir got 2 family members killed today.
That's your command.
Alright, rest in pieces. Shoot. Lose 2 generals. Same episode. This is our last Seleucid commander until others start to come of age. So I better play it safe with him.
Your orders?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and disband the mercenary naval units. Let's see what we have available to us in Athens. I need a... Where's my closest shipwright? It's here, so I should be able to recruit
Fleets report docking.
another Royal Peltist ship here, right? No, we can't for some reason. I know you can when there's barracks building. Wow, my gosh, there's so many barracks here. Let's convert that to a Perioikos camp and that to a stables. Too much of the same thing going on here in this settlement. A mint. We suddenly have a whole lot of money, though. Capturing this province in its entirety. I think that port will be okay in Athens because I've got the dry dock out here. Dry dock should allow me to recruit what I want, but it doesn't show them as available.
Yeah, put your backs into it, you men.
I don't understand this. Do I have to be in that port to recruit from it? Versus in the hoplites, you can just recruit somewhere in the
For battle.
province, I guess. That's my best guess as to what's happening here. We only need 1 unit to get Hannibal's revenge up to full strength, so I would say that we are mostly done this episode. Fortunately, I didn't kill our most noteworthy generals, but we did lose some generals, so yeah. Sucks for them. I wish I had more words to say, but yeah, it is what it is. That's the risk of serving in Heir's army. And it is indeed a big risk sometimes. I guess this is why some of the people were watching my Surviving Mars stream the other day and saying that there's no way that they would ever go to my Martian colony. And who can blame them? But a good episode nonetheless. So we've defeated Athens. We've taken their capital. However, Athens is not totally defeated. Look at this. On the edge of the map looms the foe we are looking for, Rome. Brundisium. I would have liked to have seen Rome all the way expanded out to here by now. But here's to hoping that Rome can still provide us with some challenge when we get there. Pella is still a major city that the Athenians control, but for now, our war against the Athenians is going well, and we can begin the war against Cyrenaica on the next episode and have some fun with that. Anyway, HeirofCarthage signing out. I'll see you all next time with more Seleucid action. Total War Rome 2.